What's up, witches? Celeste the Silver Cord here, and I'm coming at you with your full moon in June astrology and just a little bit of what's going on with the moon. Now, I know I usually do the real in-depth spell on the end of the full moon video, but this one I promised that I would go over how to do some cord cutting rituals. So I'm going to do that, but there's a second aspect of this timeline that's running right now. And I really wanted to just show you guys something called Spit Out the Truth. But that really goes along with the Mercury retrograde theme. So I'm going to be doing that at the end of the Mercury retrograde video, which I will record when I am done with this video. If you like these videos, please, as always, like, share, subscribe, spank the bell to get more notifications, all that good stuff. Share. I love it. Comment. I love to know what you guys are doing and how y'all are doing on your spiritual paths. And whether this stuff resonates with you guys. It really, every starfish matters. So, and it really does. Whenever you get a reading or you see a video or you see somebody who gives you a message or whatever, let them know that that resonates with you, because that lets us know that, you know, we helped somebody. So, full moon in June. This is the strawberry moon is on June 5th. It is an eclipsing moon, which is bringing that balance between, you know, shadow and light and divine feminine and divine masculine and all the beautiful duality of these dimensions. And it's only going to be visible in India, but the energy is still available for you guys to tap into. It's going to be at 15 degrees of of Sagittarius, which is bringing the energy of the Temperance card, which is all about compassion, composure, balance, and purpose. And like I said in the other retrograde videos, balance is important, and balance is like riding a bike. It's easier to stay balanced if you're going forward. If you're moving, you really only need to put your feet down and when you're sitting still, which is important to do sometimes. But if you're following your purpose, you should be moving forward more than you are sitting still. How do you find your purpose? You just keep being your highest self. You just ask yourself, is this how I actually feel? In every situation. Try to do it before you react. I'm an Aries, trust me. I know that's really hard for fire signs. But genuinely take a second before you respond to something and go, do I really feel this way? Or is this how they feel? And ask yourself, do I really feel this way? Or is this how I think they want me to feel? Important questions, you know. And usually if you ask yourself those questions, you'll find that you're not really as intensely affected as you think you are. So that's where the moon's at. The sun is at 15 degrees of Gemini, which is bringing the lovers, attraction, romance, unions. So, and that's bringing the number 6 too, which is harmony, because they're both at 15. But right next to the sun is Venus, which is retrograde right now at 3. And that is bringing, facing heartbreak and separation. And I got it as, you know, when in heartbreak and or separation, turn to your tribe to help get you through. And I just really got a message of finding people that you can be really spiritual open with, that you don't feel judged when you talk about your spirituality, because you have to be able to talk to somebody about it, you know. if you don't talk to anybody about it, then you're always in your own head. You're gonna start to feel compressed. You have to find people that understand what you're going through, and that's what the importance of finding your soul tribe is. So, and don't feel bad, because a lot of people are in relationships where you feel like you have to like keep certain parts of your spirituality to yourself, and I mean, it can be done, but it can create some conflict. So if you're going to be like that, your partner has to be able to give you the space. And I've seen relationships like that work too. You know, my grandmother's Christian and my grandfather's agnostic. So, you know, as long as one person, nobody feels oppressed with their beliefs, it's fine. But you definitely need somebody to talk to. Like, my grandmother's not going to talk Christianity with my grandfather, but she's got friends that she could sit on the phone with hours, and he's not going to bother her while she works her, you know, her shit out. So with that, we also have the trifecta retrograders: Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter. And they're still bringing the messages of keep focusing on being your highest self. Let those who can't handle it go. With the Capricorn and Aquarius, it's all about hope and focusing on yourself and recognizing where you're making the most progress and where you tend to procrastinate at. You know, and the difference between recognizing things that are kind of an addiction, be it social media, be it, you know, whatever, drinking, whatever the addiction is. Anything can really be an addiction. I've known people that are addicted to video games. So anything can really be an addiction if you allow it to constantly make you procrastinate on what you're supposed to be doing. Let's see, Three of Swords. So that's really what that retrograde is bringing, and those guys are bringing into the fold still with this moon. Then we have Mars and Neptune, and they're in Pisces. Mars is at 15 degrees, still bringing the harmony in the 6th, the warrior fighting for peace, wounded warriors. And then you've got Neptune at 20 bringing the 2. So that's about following your intuition and balancing out your intuition. So you're fighting for something, and your intuition is telling you that it's time to make a choice. And that's usually what these retrogrades bring about. They're going to bring out the pros and cons of whatever choice you're supposed to be making. So with 6, it's really, all these trials are a rite of passage. And everybody you meet along your path is supposed to teach you a lesson or bring about or clear a karmic debt. You don't know why things happen while you're in your pre-awakening phases. You're running a program at that point, and you got to really let go of being upset with yourself for running the program. That's the point of the program, is to break free of it. It wouldn't be so exhilarating to break free of it if, you know, that was something easy to do. So if you're on the awakening path, just realize this is a point of transition, a rite of passage. These experiences were brought to you to bring you more confidence in overcoming them and bring you more progress on your path. Look back at the past and forgive yourself for being as innocent as you were, and definitely look for the nostalgic good times that you and what you learned from those people who loved you so much that are no longer with us. Appreciate the parts of the programming you received from those that you keep and that you still honor, and release the ones that brought the negative lessons that gave you the confidence and progress that you have now to help those that are going through it, to help them also break free of the programs. And that's where the generosity and giving comes in. Sometimes the most generous thing you can do, though, is release the past, or release a person, or cut some cords. And a lot of people need to cut cords with toxic people that they have been holding on to so long that this toxic person has become part of your identity, and it is now blocking you from being able to move forward. You are so stuck on a program You have been hearing something that has got it sunk into your mind, telling you that this is the only way it could possibly be, and you cannot let go of that now. That is just as bad as being any type of religious fanatic. So I wanted to go over a couple of cord cutting techniques. Now, I saw a really cool one in that show, The Chilling Tales of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. How am I doing on time? I'm doing good. All right, so in The Chilling Tales of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and she had the two candles, and she had the one candle represented her, and the other candle represented whoever she was cutting herself from. I don't really pay attention that hard to TV, but and the wick was attached. You can find those candles in stores. They're usually in like the camping supplies or like the where you find emergency hurricane candles and stuff like that. You can find the chime candles that have those attached to them. You just find those, you put representation symbols of you on one side, one of them on the other. You know, you can set your altar up with stuff for you, stuff that represents them, put some sort of divide in the middle, and then light that and let it go. You can do a meditation ritual where you can either create a puppet or find something of theirs to represent them on one side, you on the other side, light a candle in the middle, and then meditate with that candle as it burns down and really analyze that whole relationship from start to finish. And then when you get down to the bottom and it's about to burn out, you release it. You can take a pillowcase it's all about what you have access to as to how in depth you can go with your rituals. If you had a pillowcase that both of you slept on, even if you've washed it already, it's still, you'd be surprised how much energy things retain. You just take the corners of it, you tie something that represents you into the corners on one side, something that represents them to the corners on the other side, and then you just twist it up and cut it in half. It does take some time to cut that in half. It's a cathartic one too. And when you're doing that, you're thinking of releasing it. Not so much that you're forgiving them for y'all's energetic connections. No matter what these people have done to you or how intense that relationship was, it had its purposes. And I know people call that toxic positivity, and I tell those people that they have their heads up their asses, because that's the whole point. I've always been the kind of person to feel that the earth is here to teach our souls something, to teach this consciousness something. I mean, and everything has a purpose, whether it was for good or bad. You couldn't get to the good if there wasn't some bad. You wouldn't even know what good was if you didn't have some bad. So if you never went through anything, you would be an opulent little brat. So appreciate the trials and tribulations, but find a way to release them so that it doesn't bring up the trauma every time you think of it. So definitely find the purpose in things while you're cutting these cords. All right, that's your June full moon, strawberry eclipse moon 2020. If you like this, please like, share, subscribe, spank the bell, comment. Let me know if these resonate with you. I'm about to go record the Mercury retrograde video where I will be getting into the aspects of, if you're having crazy dreams, that was the other part. I want to do the cord cutting. And if you're having crazy dreams, especially if it's this toxic energies from your past, these toxic cords that you feel like they're like sneaking up on you and they're like scratching at you or anything like that. I mean, the dreams people have been having crazy dreams about people fighting outside of doors, people holding doors shut, people trying to keep things out. So whatever it is you're working through when it comes to these dreams, to protect your dreams, I say the power of purple. Purple is it is prophetic for dreams. It's calming. It's supposed to be soothing. It's lavender. It's all those good things. It's also purple fluorite. So I got two of those here. I got this one. It's purple fluorite. We have this one. Purple fluorite is called the dream crystal. It defends against evil spirits and nightmares. You can also use amethyst, also protects against nightmares and stimulates pleasant dreams. If you are doing the shadow work and you are not afraid to, you can use labradite to help you lucid dream better, so that way you can actually navigate the dream and process whatever it is that it is trying to tell you. If you are at those levels, I suggest putting the labradite and the amethyst together so that it is presented in a slightly more pleasant way. All right, that's the last message, and now I'm going to go get into the purpose of cherry pits, and with all the Mercury retrograde information and what's going on with that, we are going to be going with spit out the truth as the theme for this Mercury retrograde. So that's what I've got this all set up for. I was going to do it for the full moon video, but then it kept cutting out while I was trying to record it that way. So I just took that as a sign where with this just goes more with the theme, and I already promised to do cord cutting and dream protection for the members of the Coven in this video. So remember, please like, share, subscribe, spank the bell, comment, let me know. I know I post this in the cord, but if y'all could sign into your YouTube channels and actually give me a like and a comment, I would really appreciate that, dolls. And I will talk to you guys in like 10 minutes with the Mercury retrograde video. Hot. Love y'all.